Hello, Culture Matters podcast. Happy New Year's Eve. We got the best day of the year, and I am joined by my co-host today, the one and only Mike Calhoun, founder of Border Advisors, and one, two, three, four, five, six of my closest relationships, past guests of the Culture Matters podcast to talk about our word for the prior year, if we have one, or we can think through one, what we've learned, where we're going, who we are, what's the destination. I'm so happy to have you all here. Aaron, meet Yuri, Yuri, Nathan, Nathan, Yuri, Nathan, Aaron, Nathan, Nick, Nathan, Michelle, meet Yuri, Aaron. I'm going to shut up now, everybody. Mike is going to rein us in, and we're going to have some fun. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy New Year's.
Ladies and
Happy New
gentlemen,
Year.
how are we doing today?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Fantastic.
Well,
Doing
thank you.
well.
Hi, Mr. Aaron Scott Young in the building. This is absolutely the best looking group we've had all day. And Michelle, probably because you're here. We've been
Thanks,
going
Mike.
since 5 a.m. Mr. Jay Doran called me at 4:45, reminded me that it is New Year's Eve, and we have, I don't know, 20 sessions scheduled with about 5 or 6 people on average per session. I'm meeting some of the coolest, probably most valuable relationships. It's just a rewarding day. Now, I haven't sat down. Jay is
Yeah, on the
Jay
chair.
should be standing with me. You never sit on the job, right? But no, it's been wildly rewarding and fun. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to follow a little bit of a process in the beginning, just so we can kind of all get on the same page. Who was here last year? Yeah, I was going to say Nathan. I think remember you were here. So Yuri, you were not here.
No,
No.
first time.
Okay. What was your word last year, Nathan?
I think it was flexibility. I honestly, I was looking back. I think it was flexibility.
Okay, good. What is your word for 2026?
I'm having a hard time picking a word because flexibility taught me a lot, and that was partly because I lay a lot of plans down, and I needed to be more agile around changes that I can and cannot control. And so, really, this year, the word that just keeps coming to mind is preparedness. Preparing myself for the things known and unknown that are coming. So it's kind of in line with flexibility, but also I learned that, and you could kick this back to scouts and always be prepared in those structure points. But even in preparedness, the my business partner's a Marine. I have scouting background. My parents, like, there's a whole lot that's happened this year, but my parents actually live on the same property with me now. They've built their house, they've moved in, they're retiring there. There's just a lot of that's coming in, and I just look around. I got to be prepared for a lot of opportunity and a lot of hurdles that might come my way. And in that preparedness, I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel taken over. I can respond with overwhelming force if needed. I can respond with quietness and humility and just confidence. And so being that is preparedness for me.
That was fantastic, Nathan. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to reintroduce Mr. Nottingham. He is constantly preparing to meet opportunity, and he's doing that for and with you today on this call. Nick, what is your word for 2026?
It was difficult to choose. I went with reputation. I know
Okay.
Jay's a big fan of quotes, and I have a quote board in my house. My kids were younger, I would always write stuff on there, and the one that I had up recently made me think of reputation, and it's, your reputation isn't what people shout, it's what people whisper. Especially in the financial world, your reputation's everything. So, every decision I make, every action I take, it has to do with, does it protect my reputation?
Nothing is more valuable or costly than the reputation, right? If they were to
Absolutely.
take it all away and you still have the reputation, you can get things done. I like
And
it.
you can do 1,000 things right, you do one thing wrong, and everyone's going to remember that one thing wrong. So
Ouch, right? That's so true. Michelle, what is your word for 2026?
I too had a hard time coming up with a word for 2026, but I'm settling in on mastery, and it has a lot to do with getting to that next level, either personally or professionally. You keep going, you're running, you're working hard, you're doing all the things, and now it's just really about crystallizing and just mastering the art of all of the various elements that you really need to excel and be the best version of yourself, both personally and professionally. So I'm
Just
taking that word into 2026.
mastering the ability to be prepared for anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
And just being a great leader and a great coach and a great teacher to my clients, and to my family as well. So
I feel like we're almost on a call with a bunch of Bruce Lees, right? He was flexible, be like water, mastery, the kick that you practice not a hundred times, but 10,000 times. What was it? I'm not scared of the individual that has practiced 10,000 kicks, but the one who has practiced a kick 10,000 times. Mr. Aaron Scott Young, what is your word? The gentleman that oozes wisdom. What is your word for 2026?
Well, gosh, now you put a little pressure on me there, Mike. But my word, my word, my word last year was open, and we explored lots of deals, worked some deals, are exploring things going into the future. But this year, it's all about momentum, and so uh, that's really everything I'm doing and looking forward to in 26 is about continuing the momentum. And I'll just tell you, part of that is by narrowing down what we're focused on. And so, and I just want to call out to Nathan. I've got a scouting background as well. And it's funny how at 61, how much the things I learned as a teenager in the Boy Scouts still impacts every day in my life.
It's interesting if you can master being prepared, how much momentum is established and preserved. Now, Yuri, talk to me,
Right.
Goose.
Well,
What's your word?
had lots of new things that happened in my life just this past couple months. So I think I'm going to go with consistency and kind of setting up a routine, figuring out and how like consistently, perform for both my clients and here at home. So I just had a little baby girl that was born October 17th. So that having that routine is really important because if there's no structure, it just gets crazy. All of a sudden, it's 3 p.m. and nothing's done, and everything's on fire, and you just have to continuously have some sort of structure in your life. So whether that's business, professional, personal, that's what I'm going for.
Success is a formula, isn't it?
It sure is. I was
You have
able
to
to
have consistency.
still
It's the
like
reason I only have
you
dogs
can
now,
paint.
because consistency did kill the cat.
Is that right? Cats are
Nick,
easier, aren't they?
Nick, what is your word?
Reputation.
Reputation.
Reputation. I forgot to blend reputation into that last. You know what, Jay? You got me. Jay killed it on the last one. He got all the words. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have.
that was a fun
I have
exercise.
room for growth myself, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike, what was
Uh,
yours?
well, mine was different from everybody else's.
No, it's a double entendre, I think.
Has everyone had that moment where you think, if I had to do it all over again, I would do it like this? If you were able to leverage all of your experience and your relationships and just the uh, aspect of doing something the best you can possibly do it through everything you've ever learned, you might do things a little bit differently. And I think that's why we're so valuable to each other. That's why communities like, say, Board of Advisors are so beneficial to each other, because we all bring a different experience base. We bring different networks and Rolodexes. We bring different intellectual property. And if we were to do it all over again, well, we would have to do it in 2026, right? Because we can't go backwards. But the cool part is we get a chance to do it again in 2026. My word is different, because different is not always better. If you did 90 million or you did 90,000 or whatever it was last year, whatever the goal was, it took a thing to get to where you're at. But if you're really going to grow and you're going to reach the best you, the highest value of what you're able to bring to the table or accomplish for yourself and others, you're probably going to have to do some things differently.
Give
And I think
Armand a hug.
Hello, everybody.
He tried to join early. I didn't click it fast enough.
Yes,
Armand, sorry, Mike, Armand, he's the reason that I look good all these years.
Armand,
Cutting my
thank
hair.
I
you.
wasn't going to begin. I wasn't going to start without you. Jay said, he said, cut it. Let's go. So
yeah, I literally just got home from working, doing the last haircuts of the year. So sorry to interrupt. So
We have a lot of Philly people here. We have some out west. Armand, we didn't really get to what we do and all those more material, deconstructionist things. We're more in the spirit of what our words were. And Mike, I apologize to interrupt, but I'll make sure we, hug Armand.
Armand, I have
Husband.
one word for you. It is Shumir.
Oh yeah, that's very good. Yes.
So my word is different. Last year it was Jubilee. There's a whole nother story there. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with me because there's a lot of you, right? So Yuri, did you get a chance to select a word for 2026?
Yeah, stability.
Stability. Why stability?
For a few reasons, because now I am year 7 in the business. This year bought a house, and I want to keep the clientele stable and keep the business running and keep it. I have so much weight. That's why I chose this word stability, because now I have so much weight in my shoulders. It's the business, it's the house, and things grow now when you purchase your first real estate. So your focus is to work hard to grow the business and be able to keep keep your house, be happy in the house and all that stuff. So that's why I chose that word.
Love it. Love it. Family, in your culture, family is a really big deal. Family is a big deal in every culture, but
every culture.
especially, yeah, in every culture, but in your culture, it's just you never want to risk that home for the family. So
Correct.
how do you create a very stable environment? And I think that's wise. You can't always be swinging for the fence. You've got to have a stable foundation and take calculated risk. A good friend of mine, Mr. Aaron Scott Young, taught me that a long time ago. Now,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the rapid fire round. Let's just do like a 30, 40-second, whatever your product, platform, or service is, and then maybe years of experience. And what is the moonshot or the priority for 2026 for you? Nick, let's rock and roll.
So investment advisor, partner, financial advisory firm, Pine Valley Investments. Only been on the retail side for about 5 years. All my experience previous to this was as an institutional equity sales trader. So I bring a little bit of a different perspective than just being an asset gatherer and putting clients into buckets. I have the investment experience. So that's where I really help our clients. For this year, it's been a great year. It's been a great couple of years for the market. So we're cheering in another good one next year, but it's just, it's focusing on being a good advisor to clients. And really that means listening, letting them talk, letting them speak their goals, and then building a portfolio around that to help them out. Every client's unique. No two are the same. Whatever their goals are, that's how we're going to invest the money.
The advisor is something special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great thing. I feel like, it sounds corny, but feel like my whole career and all of my experience has brought me to this point, and it's very satisfying to be able to help people. No matter their high net worth or they don't have a lot of money, but just getting them in the right situation that they need to be in, very satisfying.
Are you working with any ultra high net worth or family offices?
Ultra high net worth, no
Would
family
a
right now.
direct access to like the Bloomberg trade desk be valuable for any of those guys?
We actually do have access, so we have Bloomberg, so we have access to that because
Okay,
you really need it.
good man. All right, Nathan, you popped up next here in the
Yeah,
chain of heads. What is the
perfect.
product,
So
platform, or service? What is years of experience? What's the big priority or moonshot for you 2026?
Uh,
Thank you, Nathan.
I am a trainer. So especially in the mortgage industry, MLO Force was launched about 18 months ago, continuing education pre-licensing. So our moonshot is getting our finalized pre-licensing coursework. We'll finish roughly 190 hours of finished video training content in the next probably 90 days. And that's a big one. But honestly, I've been in the industry since 2007 as lending, and we all know continuing education and compliance training is as boring as it sounds, especially when it's point click. So we bring video content. We do a lot of video content. We add some humor, insights, and then we make it fresh every year. So it's fun. It's exciting when you are passionate about something like that, and just try to get like mortgages and the world of mortgage finance is generational wealth for many people, has been for myself. Started there not knowing what I was doing. And so the men and women that choose it as a vocation and have to get licensed in it need quality of care and not just check the box training if they want to do something and help people that are going to quite literally change the wealth gap for their families moving forward.
How long you
And that
been
is a
doing
big
this?
thing. I've been in training since 2016, but I've been in mortgages since 2007, in and out. And that has been just something I fell into, just like almost all of us in what we do. Yeah, I got my
What a
MBA in
great time to
association
start,
management, but not
2007.
necessarily mortgages. Yeah, no, I have perfect timing when it comes to starting stuff.
My wife says the same about me.
Yeah.
So for 2026 though, what is the big priority for you?
Yeah, big priority is just getting the word out there. We in our first 18 months, I think we've had 1,600 students, but we want to hit that 3,000 to 5,000 mark, and it's a big shot. But out of a marketplace of 135,000, it's a very red ocean, but we provide a very blue ocean access point. So those are my big pushes this year, and then honestly, the vision is not being a training company that does it differently and sells our wares. The vision is being a training service that I work already with some other clients who want to do training and don't know how to do it. We are like the NASCAR pit crew to their ideas. We get them back on the track, moving faster, more efficiently, because I've got lots of years of doing this and I can produce a lot of high quality content real quick. So there'll be another value add position point coming up, and that's, I think, where preparedness comes from. I got to be prepared to hit the marketplace, take ideas, work with coaches, clients, just subject matter experts who are like, hey, I really want to make a training. I don't know where to start. Sweet. I got you. Here's what I need you to do. And so we can line that out and get them going real quick.
Interesting. Two seeds in the back of your head. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and plant them. How are you leveraging AI, and also how are you leveraging social media for the acquisition of more clientele due to the fact that you're doing so well on your video production?
Yeah.
It seems a natural, correlation. Uh, Michele, what is the product, platform, or service, years of experience, and what is the big priority or moonshot for 2026?
So I've been in the accounting field for 30 plus years. I have my own boutique advisory, accounting, and tax services firm. We service small to mid-sized businesses with a commitment to helping businesses and individuals excel and build their financial health and wealth. 5 years ago, I started another company to do strategic development and leadership and executive leadership and various other and team development training programs. And we're focused also on getting the word out to different levels within small and mid-sized businesses about financial health, what the numbers mean, and really helping to train and develop employees around, the numbers and the importance of numbers and how they impact not only the numbers, but the strategy. And it's passion. It's been a passion for a long time. And we want to, in 2026, get out there and do more of this, really train and educate around financial health and wellness, not only to individuals, but again, to those employees, where we spend as business owners a lot of our dollars, investing and paying salaries and comp and benefits. And so we just want to continue to get the word out there and train and develop those executives and teams and employees, that companies, really, they're at the heart of the companies. And for executives and CEOs, they're really important to them for their success.
Have you ever met Aaron on the call here?
I've never met Aaron. Hi, Aaron. First time I'm meeting you. First time I'm meeting everyone except Jay. And I kind of know you, Mike, because I listened to your podcast last year.
You did?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I listened to it. Yes.
Now you're making me nervous. No, Aaron was just texting me how wildly relevant and interesting, what you just said was. So you should talk. You two should definitely get into a conversation. How long you been doing this?
It feels like forever. But I've been in the accounting field for 30 plus years, working with small to mid-sized businesses.
Unbelievable. You're a pro. What's the big goal or moonshot for 2026 with you?
It's really just it's building relationships and really taking this message to companies and really almost being like that partner to like the work that Jay does, really like helping to advance cultures through helping businesses shift in terms of, their employees and their executives.
I love how you had the angle of tying the employee to a metric and showing them their importance and impact. That is awesome. That is awesome. Jay, did you have something?
Oh, I was excited.
Oh, where are you based, Michele?
I'm in Philadelphia area. Our office is in Margate, actually. Margate, New Jersey.
Nathan, where were you again?
Sorry, North Texas, north of Dallas.
We have clients in Texas.
Texas is a big place. I'm happy
Nathan.
to meet up with them for sure.
I'm in your backyard all the time. We've got to have a conversation, you and I. Nick, where are you coming from? Where are you based?
So in the Philadelphia area, offices in Marlton, New Jersey, South Jersey.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yuri, 2026. Actually, what's the product, platform, or service? How long have we been doing it?
I'm an attorney specializing in tax and corporate law. So formation, tax planning, tax strategies, have a lot of overlap with financial accounting as well. Used to be at a Price Waterhouse for a little while, doing their M&A tax. And before that, I did business litigation for 4 years. So kind of been all over the scope of the issues that come with that small and medium-sized businesses face, as well as being part of large transactions, and then finally kind of guiding businesses on my own right now. So I think the big goal for 2026, that's going to be a lot of client development, a lot of meeting new people, offering our services. Lex Nova, that's the law firm where I practice at. It's a fairly young firm. It's an offshoot of Flaster Greenberg that used to be still around in the Philly and the South Jersey area. And then 6 partners from there left, formed their own firm, and that's Lex Nova. So we're still very much young. We're gearing up to expand as much as we can. We have a couple of new partners that are joining us, and some that have started already. So expansion, more clients. That's the goal, and hopefully partnership.
How long have you been doing this?
So I did litigation for 4 years, starting in 2013, but then when I switched to transactional, it was been since 2018, so about 7 years.
And what's the big priority for you in 2026?
Definitely grow that client base, grow
And
relationships.
if we all wanted to connect you with your ideal client at this very moment, because we love you instantly on first point of contact, what who would you like to be introduced to? What type of profile?
Either people that are just starting their businesses that need that structure, that organizational stuff, or somebody that's looking to sell as well, or buy businesses for that matter. We do a lot of transactions, so you always need attorneys when you're looking to purchase something, and we can structure it properly. We can make sure that the taxes make sense, and do a soup to nuts on all of the entire transaction.
And are you the one running the ad that said something like, "We got your back, you pay no tax for one small fee," or something?
No, I don't think so. That doesn't
Okay, that
sound.
wasn't you. All right.
No.
Damn it. I was gonna hire you.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? I can run that ad just for you, and then an offshoot of that ad, anyways. I can't, plagiarize.
You
I
guys
love it. I
know
love it.
the gravity of the importance all of you have, in my life. Armand has been my hair advisor for about 9 years. I consider Yuri one of my advisors. Obviously, Nick's firm we're very, deeply happy. So hearing about what you said about reputation is you remind me of Warren Buffett, so that's always great. Nathan, I met through one of the first people to put up with me in my career, the one and only Christine Beckwith. Been on the show 2 dozen times, more than that. Michelle's life partner is one of the first people that ever exchanged goods and services for culture. Who's really just like family. You'll see him in an hour if you stick around. Aaron, I got introduced by Mike, and we had it was either the day for hell or it was or it was a spell. You could tell a story, but we we met up outside of Michael's culture, and I wasn't loving enough to go inside. It's like when somebody invites you to church and you're too afraid to walk through the front doors because you're going to start burning. So I got introduced to Mike, to Aaron through Mike. Mike, met on July 4th, 2018, and tried to get him to join Scientology, and he said I was prickly. I'm kidding, obviously, but basically, like, we were arguing for the next 7 years, and working with him has been life-changing as a service provider and as a mentee in many ways. So, like, you guys are it's funny, the board of advisors, right? I consider all of you advisors in one respect, or mentors, or family at this point. So it's exciting for you all to meet each other. It's fun for me.
Jay, that was wildly valuable, and I took a lot of notes there on what you said, but I did lose track. So, Aaron, you still need to go, and Armand, you still need to go. Is that correct? Did I miss any? Nick, you went first, right?
I didn't go yet.
Wait, hold on. Nick, did you went first?
I did.
Yeah, okay.
Armand and me, Mike. Armand.
Yeah,
and
okay.
me.
Aaron,
Mike.
I love you, man. You're great. So what for you is the product or platform or service that we want to talk about today? I know you own several businesses and you've had some wild success lately. Also, what is the years of experience? You've got a very mature company, and the focus for 2026.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it as Armand was talking about, and several people talking about starting, and Yuri was talking about how long he's been practicing, and also Michelle, I also noticed her, but I thought, I'm coming into my 41st year. I'm completing my 40th year as somebody making a payroll every day. I've been employing people for going into my 41st year now. So, and we own a number of companies. I own all or part of a number of companies. What I'm noticing, this year that's ending today, has been the year of the snake. Have you guys been following this astrological stuff? The year of the snake, which is all about shedding stuff off.
Wow.
And we're going in now to the year of the horse, and it's a fire horse, and it's all about charging forward with momentum. And my word's momentum. I'm not a big astrology guy, but I can't help but notice we're going into a shift in the economy. We're going into a shift in the financial system. We're probably going into a recession, as much as nobody wants to believe it. And for me, the big push this year, well, what I've been working on for the last number of months is shedding off everything that isn't really highly focused and highly valuable, and not doing so many one-off things because people ask me to or because it looks fun, and kind of trying to go, well, what actually makes sense? And it's the most boring stuff that I do that makes sense. Yuri, one of the companies I own is a company called Laughlin Associates, and we're a 55-year-old, we're the original Nevada Incorporation Service. So we do thousands of filings every month. We work with almost 200 lawyers, by the way, so we get a lot of business from the law firm. So, our most profitable vertical inside Laughlin is resident agent. The most dull, boring, nothing, $159 a year. And we do millions of dollars a year in just being a good resident agent. So the big moonshot for this year is quit doing all the, quit focusing on things that are not really in my wheelhouse and only stay in my, and what I've learned is the best use of my time is to either be on a board as an advisor or be a paid advisor. Even though I'm a chairman of a pretty big company and so on, my best thing is to stay in ideation mode and stay out of work, stay out of I don't even have a license for our CRM. When we switched CRMs about 5 years ago, they said, "Do you really need one?" I'm like, "I don't, because I don't log in." And yet we have hundreds of employees that are doing things, right? And so I guess the big deal for me this year, the way I think we're going to grow despite challenges that I think that are coming for the economy, is to be in a position to help get people a little bit of a leg up if they're struggling, or deploy resources that have been aggregated over the last number of years into opportunities when other people that were less prepared are kind of struggling. And maybe that sounds a little opportunistic, but the fact is that we're going to all grow based on whatever we've prepared to do now. So when Nathan talks about preparation or be prepared, this is something we learned as boys, or now girls are in scouting, and girls learned it in other ways. But I learned from 11 years old to be prepared. And my wife calls me travel daddy, because she long ago abdicated anything to do with travel, and we travel a lot, to me, because she said, "You figure out all these contingencies. You're looking 3 steps out." And so that's what I do, and that's where I'm going to spend my time. Michele, he mentioned you and me because I work with a lot of CPAs, and also this book right there, that book in white, is called Unshackled, and it's all about how to scale companies without becoming a slave to the company. And we just got our first $300,000 check from Amazon. They've now taken on our software based on the book for project management. And we're, of course, working with hundreds and hundreds of other companies. The point is, my big moonshot Mike this time this year, or Jay, is quit trying to be a generalist and really just be a specialist.
Wow.
It reminds me of something you said at one of the meetings. Billions are boring. Sometimes if you've got something working, you just keep doing it. And as soon as you get creative and fancy, sometimes it's the biggest mistake, right? Congratulations on all the success with Jake as well. Armand.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. As a matter of fact, we can hear you perfectly. Armand, obviously you're in the hair business. You've consulted Jay. I think I tried to consult Jay when I first met him. I said, "You got to do something with this. You've got a lot of it. It's just it's everywhere. So you've done a great
Jenna
job so
really wants to
far.
say hi. She just got back from Las Vegas.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah,
Jenna.
like right now. So we're supposed to hug and kiss. So give me a second. You keep
Well,
talking.
stand up and hug the young lady.
Yes.
All right, now that Jay's gone, we can party.
Yeah.
Armand, tell us what is the business? What are we doing going into 2026? How long have you been doing this? And we want to be wildly valuable to you.
All right, yeah, just a little bit story of mine. So I'm a second generation. My father was also a hairdresser. Um, he wasn't able to open a hair salon because uh, he passed away 9 years ago. So I was able to achieve, make his dream come true. And about 7 years ago, I opened my own hair salon. So now we are about six hairstylists in my hair salon. My goal is to grow, to be consistent, and the way to grow is because it's a big word. Grow. It's not just one thing. It's growing by because in my industry it's a little bit of a lack of a employment right now. So in order for me to be able to grow is go to these beauty schools and take those students and um, train them and be able to put them in behind the chair and be successful and and my job is to bring them clients as well. So that's also my focus right now to have always new clients coming in, and then for my employees is for them to keep them in their chair. That's their job, but my job is to bring new clients all the time. And how we keep the new clients is by, I always learned this from my father, is just number one, respect them, uh, give them, be creative with their stylists, and always with a smile and show love. That's and this is what I love about my job, my career, is that I meet so many people every day, so many different people. Jay mentioned earlier, say like he has hairstyle, he has somebody accounting here, he has a lawyer here. So that's what's with me. I have a dentist, I have a doctor client, I have a lawyer. You name it, I have it. It's all about relationship. It's all about uh, and also doing my job, doing also a good work to the clients. So I love it that I have a relationship with my clients, and I have clients for almost 10 years. My oldest client is actually 12 years now with me. So that shows a lot to me and makes me feel good that that client has been with me for that long.
Yeah, so you're, ladies and gentlemen, I just did a little I love businesses like this, by the way. They're so scalable if done right, packaged up right. You're in a $677 billion industry as of 2025, and that's the beauty industry. The actual salon portion of that was 230 to 265. You, I think, are maybe conservative in the mindset of how big what you're doing really is. And I mean, just the place that I go to get like my beard trimmed and my hair cut or
It
whatever,
looks great, by the way.
like
The
they
shape.
I watch them go from one location to six locations in a
Yeah.
year.
Yes.
And I mean, the funny part is like I get my beard trimmed there, and so does my CEO. So I want to take all the credit for that, right? Kidding,
Yeah.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But no, I think what you have here is you have something that is it's AI proof too, right? And
Yes.
these are businesses that are very attractive to private equity if done right. You know, you have an opportunity on this call right here. I'm like, I mean, I'm looking at Nick, I'm looking at Nathan, I'm, from a training aspect on the certification side, I'm looking at Aaron, stop drooling. This guy's got something good here. Michelle, wants to count
Okay.
all the dollars, and Yuri wants to save you from tax. I mean,
Yes.
your A team is sitting right here. Jay will encourage the shit out of you on your best and worst days. Like, this is your A
Yes.
team. Yuri,
Yeah.
Armando, I'm so glad you're here. What is your last name?
Pinoci.
Okay. And if everybody could just give him one word, it's Shumir.
Shumir, which means very
Say
good.
Shumir.
Shumir.
Shumir means
Shumir.
excellent, great.
Excellent.
You
Yeah.
did a great job. I'm proud of you, buddy. Now,
Thank you.
Jay,
Shumir.
we've
Wow.
we've done the round table. We've got
Wow.
about 13 minutes.
Yeah.
What do we want to hit? I know you've got a list
No,
there.
we have 9 minutes. Got to go to the bathroom before
Well,
that.
guys, we have 13 minutes. He's going to try to cut us short. The bathroom is for wussies. What do we want to do next?
I'm definitely curious if anyone would like to share what they'd say their biggest lesson was and what they're most proud of. Like, so a biggest lesson or epiphany in 25 from 24 into 25.
A value snippet.
And
Biggest
then,
lesson. Yeah.
and then what they're most proud of. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say with Aaron, I agree with that. It was honing in. I wanted to be flexible last year. I was in the middle of probably three really good opportunities, and in the middle of them, I was feeling these weren't going to be ideal, and I wasn't sure how to end them. And I think either by mental planning or lack of action, I ended them, and it was good. And by the end of them, I felt confident that yeah, that was the right thing. I should have just been prepared to do it sooner. And so that was, I think you're honing in scalability, but also staying super focused, laser focused on what works and what you're good at. I love that, and I appreciate you saying it too. I'm in the same boat at a smaller scale, but hey, I'll get there. Scaling up is I've got a book to read apparently.
Well, Science of
I just
Scaling is a
said-
new book. It's great, but if you want to read mine, it might offer some value.
Yeah.
Yes, I can share. I think the biggest epiphany for me for 2025 was rejection is a form of protection. For years, I felt as, if I lost a client or, things went south and we couldn't resurrect the relationship, and relationships are very important to me. So if I lose a client or something doesn't go the way it's intended, it really hits me hard. I take it personally, right? Because I built this business, and our clients are important to me. And, I just learned this year, like, it's sometimes you aren't meant to have certain clients, no matter how hard you try. Yeah, and it was really hard. We terminated a relationship with the biggest client we got in 2025, in a very short period of time. It was supposed to be a 7-month relationship. It turned out to be a 3-month relationship. And it opened a lot of doors that I wasn't expecting. And so, as a result of that, that's what I'm taking away from 2025, and it feels really good.
That's awesome. So you just randomly axe one of your best clients to keep the other ones in a fear state that if they don't behave, it might happen to them too. That's a retention strategy if I've ever seen
Yeah,
one.
maybe,
I'm kidding.
maybe.
Hey, if you
I
lose
mean, that
one,
was
you
either
go get 2 or 3.
by design. I'm not sure.
Great stuff. I like that. Thank you, Michelle. Anyone else?
I'll go if I was trying not to take up too much time. I think the thing I'm most proud of from this last year is we did have a lot of growth, and we have a core management team. When I bought this company that had all the growth this year, Laughlin, I promoted some people, and they really have stood up. And that was in 2001 when I bought the then 30-year-old company, and I promoted some people, and they're still with me today. As we went through the growth, it was obvious that while they were the holders of all the institutional knowledge, they weren't necessarily ready to do all of the new work. And so I was able to kind of marginalize people into spots. And I think the thing I'm most proud about from that is that as everybody had to stretch, we built the relationship over time and the trust over time that what seemed like maybe I was shrinking their kingdom down, they were willing to go along with it and kind of explore this change in their day to day. And what they ended up doing was then magnifying that more condensed area, and it was the only way we could grow with the volume that was coming in. So I think the thing I'm most proud of is the relationships we've built with our employees. Our average tenure is almost 15 years now. People just stay with us forever, and it's because of the management team and the culture and their trust in me in guiding them. Since I'm not in the office, I never go to the office. So it's really good when you can see that the growth and the success was because your people were who they were because they were willing to trust the vision, that you're supposed to hold as the leader, as the owner. So maybe that sounds a little weird, but it was really impressive to see the people step up this year in very meaningful ways.
Aaron,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Okay.
But you know what's more amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Jay's hair. And we
It
have
is
Armand.
good.
It does. It looks good. I was just checking it out. It's
I
like
was noticing
actually
it
really
too.
good.
Well, I'm
He hasn't
starting
always looked
to.
this good.
I've been going. We had if you all really care, we had a hiatus. I had it grown, and then
Yes,
I.
really.
Wow, how narcissistic for me to go on about this hair.
Armand, if
Who's
you had a
next? Who's next?
location near me, I would totally defect.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This is to do with the words, right? So like one of the things I've done with words before I really some of the philosophers helped me realize this was re-anchoring my identity, which is impacted by environment. So business growing, business dipping, and business stabilizing, all of these, how am I responding to how I see myself is responding. So I am going into more of a, hey, it's a day with Jay. I'm out there. Here I am. I feel proud of the book of business we built over these years. And like at this point, if I don't do my job, which is to tell people like, hey, I'm proud of this, you know, then what? I'm not doing my job. Well, and to get the opportunities that we served, I had to go out there and do that. Well, when I used to go out there and do that, what's that? Hey, culture matters. It's important. I used to have a suit and my hair was slicked back and I might have been a little younger and more attractive. So now I've like lost weight all of a sudden. It's like my identity is going back to what I got the company started with. Because when you, whether intentional or unintentional, start to graduate from one level of clientele to the next level, to the next level, yeah, it's you're gonna go like this, and it's gonna then. I look at it like pulling back a bow. Like you could have an arrow, which is like what your competency, your capability, what you know what to do, what you think your expertise is. Then you have to have a target, like where are we aiming? But then you need conflict. You need things not to go the way that you think, because that's the actual pulling back of the bow. So that's market forces. That could be, clientele conflicts that are inevitable in relationships. That could be interpersonal. That could be debt, family, like
Jay, those
tertiary.
9 minutes, those
Holy
nine
moly,
minutes are
I haven't talked this
eroding
much all
quickly. I
day.
want to hear words of wisdom from Nick, Yuri, and Armand.
Thank you for the
If they,
accountability. That's what
if,
it's all
well,
about.
I mean,
Shut up now. Wait for me to talk at both sides, and I'm still talking.
Nick, give us some wisdom. Leave us with a golden nugget that we can just shove right in our pocket. Maybe enough to hire an Aaron Scott Young to coach us for a day or two.
I think one of the words, that was brought up earlier, consistency. I think that nails it. Is the one quote out there, intensity is common, consistency is rare. It's easy to be really gung ho about an idea and full bore go into it, but it's rare for people to follow through and be consistent over periods of time. I mean, I write it, I send what I'm proud of is I send a note, financial note every morning goes out to about 4,000 people. I do it every weekday morning. It's a good touch point. Clients like it. Feedback's incredible. I'm not a writer at all. But I've become one just by doing it every day for 6 years. So that's what I'm
Well,
proud
when
of.
it's just a stock ticker, you don't even have to worry about the grammar. It's just,
Right. Yeah, I write like a trader, so it's fine. People get it by now.
beautiful. Thank you, Nick. Yuri, words of wisdom. How do we not pay any tax legally?
Move to the Cayman Islands.
Or
So
Puerto
that's an
Rico?
easy one. But I guess I have something on a personal front, and that's just kind of letting go of the things that you can't change. 2025, that was somewhat of a rough and tumultuous year for me. Not so much on the professional side, but kind of on a personal side again. Birth of a child, getting all that figured out. Had to move my mom across the country, that type of thing. So used to worry a lot about different events, and I just realized some things you just can't change, just let them go. And that's what I'm going to be entering 2026 with. At the same time, the work hard on the things you can change.
Good
So
man. Good man. When a
short and
race
sweet.
car is getting out of control a little bit in a turn, sometimes it's best to lean into the accelerator to pull out of it and just leave the mess behind you, right?
Yeah.
So don't sweat the small stuff. Armand, how do we all
Yeah.
leave this powerful session with hair like Jay?
If you get to be in my chair, but you're far away, sorry. um, so I would say my past year with the word patience, and the reason why is because since I said I'm 6.5 years in the business, I learned how to be patient. That we went through COVID. No, what I opened 9 months before COVID, and then COVID happened, and salon was slow, and it was up and down, up and down. And this year, it felt like it was that stable, consistent business for me. So that actually uh, taught me how to be. I learned how to be patient this year. So that's how it was this year for me. And I'm glad that has reached to a certain level that it was stable. So now it's even making me more ambitious to grow even more next year.
I think all of us get in a hurry a lot of times. And when you get in too much of a hurry and you're pushing too hard, sometimes you make mistakes and you break things. I think there's a maturity that comes with experience. And those are wise words. So thank you, Armand. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. J. Doran, do you want to put a bow on this for us?
Yeah, number one is you're more than welcome to come to the next session. So I'm emailing everyone so you can connect with one another at your own will. And the Zoom link will be in there. So that's an invite. No pressure, but that we'll be here till 12 a.m. So if you want to cancel your family plans, no problem. Other than that, if you're listening to this episode, please share this with a friend, someone that wants to go into 2026 inspired. Keep listening along because the next episode release will be 5 p.m. Eastern. Think about your word and leave us a review on the Culture Matters podcast so we can continue to grow and bring amazing relationships like everyone that's here. Please leave us a review, especially all of you.
Well, everybody gets to be part of the podcast if they leave a review.
It's something that I have to call myself. I have to ask, like, at the very least, you guys, I like you, you like me. We leave us a review on the Culture Runners podcast so we can get more eyeballs. A rising tide lifts all boats, and we will see you next time on the Culture Matters podcast. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
New
Happy
you.
New
Year.
Happy
Year.
New
Happy
Year.
New
Thanks,
Year.
Mike.
Yeah.